Welcome to Cape Chronicle. I'm Alix Gasser. Last but not least, on our barbecue tour today, we have Ryan Eftink of Smokin Brothers. Ryan, welcome.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about Smokin Brothers.
Well, Smokin Brothers kind of started out of the passion of fixing things that were wrong. And I mean, we all like to barbecue, we all like to grill and fix and maneuver things, and we kept on modifying the grills we were using. And finally it got to the point where we're like, you know what, we're modifying all this, why don't we just start building our own? And so in 2011, me and a buddy of mine sat down over in Kentucky and figured out our first two prototypes. I took one back with me to Missouri, he stayed there in Kentucky, and we started talking back and forth, and next thing you know, we had a full line of barbecue grills, and we were selling grills the next month.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that's fast.
Yes, it was very quick. I mean, we had been in the industry since 2001.
Okay.
So it wasn't like we just started 2011 saying, hey, we've been in the backyard cooking, now we want to fix it. But no, we had done competition cooking starting in 2005. And the company that we were working with and distributing grills for, they did some things, they took some things overseas, and some of the quality kept diminishing. And so that was one of also the driving forces, that we wanted to build a product that can be in someone's backyard for a lifetime.
Okay.
Not just for a year or two.
All right. So I know nothing about grills. I know nothing about smokers. So I guess for someone who has no knowledge, how do you approach someone who's maybe just starting to get into it?
The main thing I always tell people is experiment.
Okay.
Long as you're cooking something, you're learning. And you may learn to do it the wrong way, but at least you're learning that you did it the wrong way. And so, I mean, that's the main thing, is like all of our recipes and the way we work with our grills is like, we don't have any secrets in barbecue. Our main goal is to make sure your backyard is as successful as ours. And so I'll give you the recipes that I use for on baby back ribs and so forth. And one of my buddies that was in competing, he goes, why are you giving me all this stuff? You know I compete against you. I said, yeah. I said, but you're using my grill, my pellets, my rub, my sauce. And yeah, they called your name at the top, but did you really win? But no.
Did you put your name next on the trophy or whatever?
Yeah,
a
little small print. No, but the main thing is, like, I remember growing up with my dad with like he had probably 6 or 7 different barbecue grills on the back deck, and we constantly were rotating ones out. Not all of them worked, but hey, that's all right. That's the fun of barbecue. And but then what started too with it, I mean, with barbecue comes community. And it always does. I mean, anytime you're having a barbecue, you have friends over, you talk about stuff, you're having a good time, relaxing. And some of the things that we've done and been able to develop over the years is what I love. And 2 of the things that we do, one of them is a toy drive.
Okay.
And we do a downtown event that Doc's been a part of for several years. And we started off in our house, and it was bring a toy, and you get in free, and we'll provide you food and alcohol. Well, you know, when you're at your house, you can get away with that a little bit. When you start moving things downtown, it's not quite that easy. But what we did, we found out we struck a nerve, and we ended up donating the toys that first year to the Marine Corps League that does the Toys for Tots in the area.
Oh, wow.
And we have now been doing our Happy Slapwoods Toy Bash. This coming year will be our 23rd year doing it.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing.
It's exciting because, I mean, one, you realize the Marine Corps League serves 5 counties. And then there's also another organization that helps raise toys for that time of year, the JCs, the Toy Box. And they service the Cape City area, while the Marines take care of the county and some of the other surrounding counties as well. And they've joined forces now, and they help each other out, raise capital, toys. And then one night a year, I get to help out, and I do the fun part. They do all the hard part by making sure the toys get to the right people. But whereas we have an event, and I joined up with the Knights of Columbus the last couple of years when Doc was talking about the COVID, Toy Bash had to get creative on what to do. And so that's whenever we teamed up with them, so we could have one local location for the food and then have the music. We always team up with local bands, and we put bands out at all different places. And Doc was talking about his Sunday night Sunday night music. Well, I've been going to Sunday night music, well, like, gosh, as long as the Toy Bash has been around, and then some. The Sunday nights are a lot of fun down there. And then brings us into the next step. And this goes back to competition. In competition, when you walk around, you get to a competition, you don't necessarily get to try all the food. And for the contestants that are cooking in it, it's actually against the law to hand it out to the people coming up. Hey, can I have your barbecue? Because you never know if that's a judge. So you can't hand it out. And so I was started thinking, then also in these competitions, you see a guy that rolls up with a Weber kettle to a guy with a Jambo. And for people that don't know what a Jambo is, it could be a $25,000 rig. So you got a $50 rig versus a $25,000 rig. And so I teamed up with the Southeast Missouri Show Me Center. I said, what do you guys think about doing a barbecue contest indoors? And we did that. And we teamed up with a Badges Give Back. And they're the ones that run all the volunteers, they run the water and everything for the teams, and then the public gets to come in and they get to pick who wins out of the top 10 teams. And then all the proceeds are going back to the Badges Give Back. That also helps in our local community.
That's awesome. Those are two amazing community give backs that you guys are doing. That's beyond awesome.
Well, and one thing that we like is it all centers around barbecue. And the When Pigs Fly contest, I mean, like, this was an idea of ours back in 2008. And we're like, man, wouldn't it be cool just to roll into the Show Me Center and fire up all our grills? And so we've got 42 grills rolling smoke in the middle of the Show Me Center. And people walk in for the first time, they're like, oh my gosh. And I was like, yeah, we didn't burn it down. I mean, the monster trucks do that. We actually are controlled fire.
Well, I had an event over in the rec center that same day, and it just kept wafting over, and I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I was over there.
Nice.
Oh, that's so awesome. So if people have questions about your events or about your grills, where do they go? Where do they get information?
SmokinBrothers.com is the easiest way to go because everyone has a phone. They can go right in it. They can actually Google Smokin Brothers. We're the first ones that pop up. It talks about our family history and what our dedication is to like life and everything. Some of the things that we do is like our mission statement involves quality, innovation, and community in mind. Like, we take all three of those to make our products, because if you forget about the community, they forget about you. And not in a bad way. It's just you got to keep giving back. And that's how I was taught by my mom and my grandma, that's just how it is. And the best way to give back is through the stomach. You give them some good food and they'll never forget you. So
Well, awesome. Thank you so much.